G'day and welcome to my garage. What I have here is one of the fraction plates. All four, well, I've made four, or cast four. Excuse me. I've cast four fraction plates. Three is needed. Fourth is for divisions that the other three don't cover, which I do have a few. There's two down low. I can't remember, 28 or something. Anyhow, yes. So I'm starting with to work on the fraction plate now. There's a few things that need to be done on the fraction plates, apart from the fact they need about 200 holes in each. Well, maybe not that many. 6 rows or so, on average 20. That's 120. It's not far. It's halfway there. So they've got to be machined flat, machined to thickness, 32mm bore, and there's 3 holes with a 47mm PCB. So now Gingery machines these by mounting it to the plate carrier. Then machines the outside. He later on drills the holes in the plates with the plate carrier. So what I plan to do is he machines the centre out of the plates on the lathe, the face plate on the lathe. What I plan to do is mount the fraction plates to the 4-jaw chuck. I think I said when I made the 4-jaw chuck, I could see you could make your own jaws to whatever shape you needed to fulfill a certain task, and that's what I've done here. The standard jaws won't hold that 150mm plate, so I've put them aside and found some 50mm by 5mm angle. So the new jaws are made of 50 by 5mm angle. I've cut the legs down to, let's see, a height of 25-ish. They're about 25mm high, they're 23 actually. The long leg is still 50. I've drilled them with the hole 35mm in from the outer edge. And what else? You'll see that there's nuts underneath these bolts, screws. They're to raise the bolts up, which in turn will keep the plate raised off the 4-jaw chuck face, so I can machine the 32mm hole in there. So yes, so I'm using these angles to hold the job, and they, I think, will work quite well. So I just need to mount this just facing off the jaw clamp, the jaw nuts, so they're all the same height. Okay, yeah, that's a lot better. Okay, I can continue on machining. This is the first side of machining, so it doesn't have to be exactly right, but I'll get it roughly right. Pretty good now, actually. Yeah, it's close enough to face off. Let's see. A little bit more to go, but not much. And I've still got plenty of meat. It's about 12 mil. Okay. I'll take another quarter, no, half a mil off the face of that. Maybe a mil. The centre has to be taken out to 32 mil. So this is a 14 mil. Next I'll grab a 25 mil. And now for the boring bar. Currently I'm at 27.7. Maybe a thou. There's one or two thou clearance there, but you can hardly feel anything in them. So after all this is done, then it's a case of drilling this hole pattern into the plate, and then mounting this in the 3-jaw chuck and skimming the outside round, just to make it look pretty. Doesn't have to be, but it'll look a lot better. And that looks good. I think I'm pretty sure I got it down to 10 mil. Should I make it 9.5? Yeah, it's 10. Now I'll leave it for 10. Alright. Next plate. You won't see that. I'm preparing the second plate. With the second plate, I'm not drilling a pilot hole. I'm just going straight to 25 mil. Should be able to handle it easily. Just facing off the second side of the last plate. Not a bad finish. 25 millimeter drill bit. I'm aiming for 32, and I'm currently on 30. .6, 0.2.1. .96. That's it. No play at all. Excellent. Should be perfect, but I'll guarantee you I'm not perfect. So I've marked, and I will stamp a number 1 in the first hole. All right. Got one more plate to do, and then I can drill them out 5mm for an M6 thread. Now let's see if it fits. And it does. Very nice fit. Excellent. To do the other 3 plates now. They're just got to be drilled and countersunk. I might turn the drill speed down when I countersink them. Now that the hub's been machined, I can mount the plates, the fraction plates, to that hub, and the hub's in the 3-jaw chuck, running fairly true. So I just don't have to, but it's just a lot nicer to have the outside diameter running concentric and smooth. Otherwise it looks a bit rough. So I'm bringing them down to about 148 millimeters. It's just under 6 inches. Let's run the tool across that. I'm taking conservative cuts, 10th hour at a time, slow speed because it's an unsupported disc. I've still got a bit to clear here, but let's see what size we're at for the moment. We're 149.75. Should be down to about 148.25 or something like that. Okay. Alright, so that's down to size. Just a little bit there. I might take just a little bit there because the outside diameter is not crucial. Let's see how that lines up with the other plate. They're both the same. Just a quick clean up. Take the sharp edges off. Beautiful. Well, all the plates are now ready to be drilled, but this is not ready to do the job yet. There's still a couple of things I need to clean up and work my way around a few little problems. Problem being, where's this? The first problem being, this is designed to sit on the table that way. It's not sitting flat. To reduce some of the size, I cut the thickness of these pads down. And the shaft is a little bit long there, about 1.5 mil. This collar I could remove about 3 or 4 mil. I'll be looking at those options first, see how I go. But having said that, it will. I am about 5mm. I need to gain 5mm. So if I can gain 1.5 there, then what am I after here? 3.5mm. I could get 3.5mm, but that would then put me flush. So I need 4mm, or say 5, so that I definitely clear 5mm off this, and that's a 15mm collar, 15mm thick. I could reduce it to 10. I could, that's 1.5 to 2mm. I might be able to get enough by machining the shaft and reducing this to about 12. Anyhow, that's one problem. Got to sort that one out. This screw head is only just clears the alignment with the plate carrier. So this plate, it's not touching, but I might take a couple of threads off that to give me a little bit more clearance. Next problem. You may remember I drilled the 3 holes in this only to get it wrong. So I made some 3mm bolts and screwed them in, glued it with Loctite, and then machined the 2 faces so they're blanked out. So I need to re-drill the pattern into the carrier. The clamp screw handle needs to be finished. I had it finished, but then the shaft of this clamp screw was interfering with one of the spreader bosses. So I scalloped the boss, and I reduced the thickness of this shaft from 12 down to 8. So now I've got nice clearance in there, about 2mm clearance in there. I could have just rolled this over, but then it would have been on an angle like that. It's not nice. So to achieve that, of course, the handle had to come off, which was a simple job because it was just a plain rod with two brass buttons, which were Loctited on. So I just heat that up and slipped it off. So I've got to re-blue this and put this back together again, which means I've got to pull it apart to get this out, because the base of this clamp screw is the same size as this, so it won't pass. It can't pass the boss here, the spreader boss. Anyhow, that's just a tidy up. Don't have to do anything here on the spindle, amazing enough.